Hey guys, this is Dan in Tutorials from dailymobile.se, and in this video I'm going to be going over some of the features of SPM Mobile Shell 3.5. It's the latest release of a Symbian mobile shell and by far the best. Yeah, it does take up more space and uses more RAM than Handy Shell, but the features outweigh Handy Shell by a lot. So people are starting to mod it and bring out new gadgets and stuff for it, so that's really cool. Alright, so I've got the lifestyle home screen here. You can have two home screens. There's a lifestyle one, and then if you slide up on the home screen, it'll bring up the professional one. Now there's different settings for the home screens, and you can choose how many pages you want in the professional layout. It goes from 1 to 5. And how many you want in the lifestyle layout, so it goes from 1 to 5. And so in theory you can have up to 10 pages of widgets and things like that. I haven't tried that yet, the phone might not have enough RAM to support that many. You choose what the launch button does, and the contacts button, and you can choose how many layouts you want enabled. You can just have the professional or just the lifestyle one. I choose to have both because then I can just slide up and get some more calendar and stuff. So the first noticeable feature at the bottom here is the launcher. Now when you tap this button, it's going to bring all your applications up in games and things like that, all your programs basically, and the launcher button will bring a page like this up. Now what you have here is 3 predefined program settings and the task manager at the top, and then you can add 3 which are stuck to the top of the taskbar, and you can change this just by pressing this and editing your favourites, and it's actually given me another 3 now. So if I want my GPS up there, you can just tap it and add it to favourites. If I want the OVI store up there, I can add that to the favourites, and if for example I want my file browser up there, I can add that to favourites. Oh, and look, it's given me another 3, so it'll keep giving you another 3 to add to your favourites, and you can also remove those. And then there's your recently used items. So if I select the music player from the Express Music bar, then it'll add it into the recently used, the most recently used, and then I can just find it. So you can see I've been in ROM Patcher lately. And you see now ROM Patcher will go to the first of the list. So the programs and applications you use more, it'll figure that out and it'll put them up here so that you can get to them quicker. You also have this one. This is like a 3x3 programs list, and you can bring things up like messaging to create a new text message, a new email, go into your text messages and go into your emails. It does have like a caster effect where it slides out, and you can also change that. Got the internet, so if you install Opera browser, it'll go into here. You got your programs, some tools, task manager, file manager, change your theme, backlight, things like that. So that's that menu. So we're going to get into the home screen now. The home screen is fully customizable to your needs. You can have the whole thing blank. There's nothing that's locked on the home screen, and you can edit it just by looking for a blank space, which is kind of hard to find. So I'm going to come on to this home screen and just tapping and holding anywhere in a blank space. Alright, so now what you can do once you've got this up is you can use the recycle bin at the bottom, and you can click and drag things into the recycle bin, and that'll take them off your home screen. And you can also use the add button at the bottom here to add more widgets to your home screen. So you could, for example, add the backlight one, and then you can just click and drag this around. I'm not going to mess about like positioning that now, but then if you press the tick, the backlight will be on the home screen, and I can change the variance of the backlight just by tapping and choosing which brightness I'd like. To remove that, all you've got to do is tap and hold on it and press remove, or drag it into the recycle bin as you saw before. The contacts here are not predefined. These are also classed as a widget, so you can put them wherever you want. Now what I've decided to do is, as you can see, put 3 contacts at the bottom of each page. 3 of my favourite contacts at the bottom of each page. I've also got the clock up here. You can change that to a HTC style clock with the mods that Steven25 and other people have brought out. So that's pretty cool. It tells you if you've got any alarms at the bottom. I've got 4 shortcut widgets, and I can just tap on these and it'll open that application. If I tap on YouTube, it'll bring that application up there for me. Then I've got the 3 icons here. Now on this background they're not really visible, but I've got one that takes me into my messaging center. I've got this one right here which will take me into my inbox, and I've got this one here that will take me into my call log. So they're all pretty nice, and you don't have to have them on, don't have to have anything on your home screen. If you slide your finger across like the iPhone menu, it'll bring up another home screen. That's pretty cool, because then I can have up to 5. You see this one's still blank. I can have up to 5 home screens, and I can add things like my calendar, the weather. I've got more shortcuts to Bluetooth, show my battery status. I can change my profile. Got a few more shortcuts to the Overstore music player and Nokia email, my messaging programs, multimedia, which is like the gallery, real player, and the internet. There is also some more features for this. If you tap here, you can change the background. Now I'm not connected to the internet on the phone at the minute, so I'm just choose local gallery as I've got all the available backgrounds downloaded. And you can just tap a background, and it'll change the background for all your home screens. Also, you can press this button here and it'll bring up all the different screens that are available, from your contacts to your contact carousel, the weather, your agenda, the time, professional layout and the lifestyle layout, and the launcher. If you just tap one of these, then it'll go into that part of the thing. And you've got your contacts list, in which you can, like, it's like a widget screen, an extra widget screen, but you can only add contacts onto it with the pictures. And if you just like tap a contact, it'll bring up send SMS. MMS, you can change the picture and add a mobile number. One thing I really like is if the picture's not set right for a contact or the head's missing, you can just click the contact, click the contact's picture and edit the picture. Now it'll bring this screen up here, and you can click and drag this to which part of the picture you want to show. So if I just want to show the top half, just press the tick and that'll change the picture to the top half of that picture. That's really easy for trimming pictures. So this is SPB Mobile Shell. I've gone over most of the basic features, like the layouts and things like that. It is $30. I'll post the full version in the description maybe. But yeah, it is the full version I have here. It's pretty neat. So thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and check the description.